Hello, welcome everyone to another stream. I'm going to continue working in this stream on the code base that I published for my YouTube video. And what we're going to do in this one is essentially just go through improving the README and yeah, I'm just going to take any questions that you might have. But essentially, the idea is, uh, yeah, is is just to update the README, and then maybe we'll work on some more things as well. And feel free to ask any questions if you have in the chat as well. But today's stream is probably not going to be for too long, I hope. And the idea is, as I mentioned, just refining the README, having more clarity on how people can use that. टुक टुक मार्क्स आ रहे हैं हाय एहसन भाई आई एम अशर अस्सलाम वालेकुम अशर क्या हाल है हाउ इज इट गोइंग आप क्या कर रहे हो इतनी रात को उठ के इट्स 11:30 ना अभी 11:30 हो रहे होंगे यहाँ पे स्वीडन के अंदर इट्स अभी तकरीबन 8:30 तो वी आर 3 आवर्स बिहाइंड फ्रॉम यू मोहसिन अंसारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ इन एंगुलर और रिएक्ट जेएस यार आई थिंक इट्स बोथ काफ़ी सारी अपॉर्चुनिटीज़ अवेलेबल होती हैं हम एक क्विक इसका डेमो ले लेते हैं बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है तो लेट मी सी इफ आई कैन ब्रिंग अप माय क्रोम ब्राउज़र and hopefully I should be able to show you some things. So let's see. So let me know when you can see my screen and hopefully I can show it to you. तो अगर मैं search करूँ for example Angular and if I go to just jobs, so this is the number of jobs that I can see on Angular. ठीक है अच्छा let me also bring in chat and let me also bring in my camera as well. Where's my camera? There you go. So you see me now. So front end JavaScript React senior front end developer 2 weeks ago, 4 days ago senior full stack engineer. This is based off of Stockholm or Sweden. Just Malmo is in Sweden, but it's really at the south of Sweden. Then we have front end tech lead. This is based on Angular. Staff software engineer based on Angular. So, or at least somewhere in this is Angular is being used. So staff front end engineer, AI enablement, Pleo, Zico, Omni. Omni is a transportation sort of service. It's like you can buy tickets for trains, buses, blah blah blah. So yeah, a lot of things, a lot of opportunities here. And if you look at React.js, and you can see how many of these are promoted as well. But then compared to these, when these were posted as well, so you can also see. So a lot of them are just there are a lot of them that are just posted recently. So these, and then you can also see React.js, and then you'll probably see the same thing: social media manager, front-end lead, front-end tech lead, blah blah blah. So many. I've now stopped looking at more jobs because I'm currently happy where I am. But yes, if you start searching, you can find jobs in both React and Angular. I'm gonna try to bring this chat and make it a bit more, what do you call it? The opacity a bit better. So we got 0001. I'm not really sure why it's. Let me try to adjust this chat so it's not as dark. Compact mode, blah blah blah. Back to chat. I don't know why it looks like this, but it should not be. It should be actually very, very dark. So if I refresh the cache, I will probably remove all your messages. But I will still be able to do it correctly if I set my settings correctly. Mohsin says, I've learned from Angular, learned Angular from your book. It's really helpful. Thank you so much. That's really nice of you to say. Thank you. Yeah, I need to do a better job at marketing my book, because if you look at the website right now, it's a bit too simple. So if I go to ngcookbook.com, you'll see it's really simple. It doesn't really tell you what is in the book, which is, I think, not so good. So, but yeah, I will try to add probably more examples like screenshots or something that's a bit more helpful for everyone to understand, like how does it look and how um, what the book provides in general. Googs, hey, how's it going? Good to have you. Custom CSS. I'm gonna try to see if I can fix this with CSS. I'm not really sure if it if it does it. No, it is still tries to, yeah, it still tries to do this weird opacity stuff for some weird reason, but we'll see. Ashar says, Bhaiya, I'm learning from schools. What are you learning these days? Oh, you're probably doing some homework, I think. So let's see if I can find the chat overlay here. Is it team settings, social branding? No. I don't know where I can find the chat thingy. Uh, mm, I'm pretty sure it is not here. No, it's not here. I'm gonna keep it simple. Amara Roy. Is it Amar Roy or Amara Roy? How do you say it? Well, CodewithAhsan, can you also help me? What do you need help with? You have to be very specific with what you need help with, and then I can probably help you as well. Okay, let's click this. This is also a really good friend of mine, Dimitro, and really good videos as well. So what I want to show you, what I wanted to work on actually is this today, and I can also answer questions and help out as well. But what I wanted to work on, and this is also public. Um, this is from a video that I just posted, quite I think maybe 3 hours ago. So I just need to update the README, make it possible to deploy it so people can test it out. But the idea for this one was to, and also we'll probably try to make this pass as well. For some reason, it was not. So let's see. We want to check on Cloud NX console. Why does this not work? But feel free to ask your questions. Ashar says, congratulations for 8,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. Jazakallah khair. Okay, so let's see why this one fails. I'm going to zoom in a bit. So here we had the env. It has a lot of things like CI true, home, blah, blah, blah. What I wanted to look at was there's supposed to be the base URL set in the environment, but I don't know why it doesn't work. I think this is, so passing env variables from GitHub Actions to NX Cloud Playwright. I don't know if I have to set them in the NX Cloud somewhere. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe CI access tokens, version control, organization settings. So we do have the workspace ID, danger zone, blah blah blah. We do have access tokens. We have version control settings, organization settings. I'm not really sure where I can put the variable. So if I go to this one, this is what I'm running, right? And I'm not really maybe I'm thinking now. Provide option to pass environment variables. But this has been closed without anything, or was it fixed? As completed. Okay, so this, but this is related to, okay, I'm gonna have a look. But Amara, what's your question? Annex environment variables not working. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Is this GitHub? No, it's GitLab. Because the environment variables is this. Okay, GitHub actions environment variables. So if I go here, so we have env here, and then we should be able to use it just like this, right? And I think I have something similar set here. I don't know why it doesn't work. So if I let's let's see. So if I go to is this the right one? I think yes. So GitHub workflow CIML. So in here I should have ngGCWS. Is this the right one? Yeah, but why doesn't it have the aha, okay, so I removed the base URL. But then I'm providing the env from here, right? And this is what bothers me. I don't know why this one does not work. So we have deploy where we're checking main, we have checkout, node version, npm CI. It builds the application. The only thing that doesn't really work is the CI. Let's have a closer look because I think I might have missed something. So I go to actions, I go to fixed E2E tests, then it is still failing in the main, so it can't really work with the other one. So npx nx affected, and here you can see nx base, nx head, base URL, right? So the environment variable here is being set, but it doesn't really go there for some reason. But then anyways, let's try to do this actually. Nx run playwright e2e test in GitHub actions. So in this one, nx jobs git pnpmi blah blah blah. I don't want to fork it. I want to just have a look at it. Nx shops. So if I look at 2 years ago, interesting. Profile card build. So we have runs, use with, use version, blah, blah, blah. Okay, let's check one thing. I want to check when we have the NX. Hey Mashud Ali, how's it going? Ashar says Google issue. I think that's why it's not working. Yeah, that's the first thing that I do. Okay, let's have a look at the E2E. So here we have playwright config. We do have the base URL here, and we are supposed to get it from the environment, or we are supposed to, as a fallback, we do this, right? When I'm checking env in my in the CI, it doesn't show me the variable that I'm looking for, and that is one of the problems. It could also be that I want to just say nx underscore and then it forwards it, maybe. What I'm afraid of is that it's possible that even if I fix the issue that I have right now, it may not really fix the underlying issues and will cause more issues, but we'll see. So here they're saying base argument, no explicit base argument spread, but found environment variable nx base. So if I just provide base, okay, this base is a bit different then. Okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you run E2ECI itself, it does work without errors, blah, blah, blah. Fail to start server. Okay, that's a different one. What am I building? I'm trying to fix right now my my project, which is running some CI checks. So it's running test, end-to-end test, unit test, blah, blah, blah. And I'm trying to fix this because it fails on just one little thing. If I show you this, so this whole thing fails, but I mean, this whole thing doesn't really fail. There's one task that fails, and that is the E2E test. So here you see failed one task and the other ones are succeeding. And this one fails because we are not really getting the environment variable that we want to use. So I'm logging all the environment variables here, as you can see. So nxcloud, blah, 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 CI true, home is this one. We have a bunch of things here. What does not really, or what is not being seen here is the base URL, which I'm trying to pass. So that's what's weird. It's when it's trying to set those variables, it doesn't set a lot of other things for some weird reason. It seems like NX is not really picking it on the cloud. What if I change the variable name to something else, and would it work then? So that's what I'm trying to figure out, and I don't want to run it on too many things, and it works locally just fine. If I run the same thing here, this is going to work fine. But because it can spin up the thing on localhost 4200, but there in the CI it can't. And this is the first time I'm looking at this, so that's also an interesting thing. E2ECI job, let's see. So let's first have a look at the CI YAML. So this one, we do have lint test build, and then we have CI. And we can do a parallel one. I want to prepend this with nx base URL if that works, and we'll see. So we have nx base URL here. We have nx base URL here. And I do want to see if there are more places. And after it, I can actually use this right here. So nx base URL. Want to try this. So git add, git commit, m, and here we can say fix CI, try or replacing base URL with nx base URL. Let's see if this works. This is just a random throw in the dark. So if this works, we should be able to deploy our application to GitHub pages, and then we should also be able to update the README as well. Oh, Mashood Ali, are you working on anything specific or special? Or not even special, but are you working on anything that excites you? And I should probably have a look at this as well. So it starts running this, right? And now here you can see the nx base URL. This is what I want to pass, right? Then it runs installation, blah, blah, blah. Then it doesn't say blah, blah, blah. And here, now it is trying to run this. But this one, why does this not show that there was an environment used for here? So if I go right here and check, so npx nx affected this one. This runs this, but then we also have the env variable here. I think this should work. Well, let's see. If I go to now the cloud run, this one is in progress and it has not started. So let's see. Most Insight says, have you used Angular with the Ionic framework? Yes, in the past I have. I think it was four years ago, maybe 4 or 5. So quite a long time ago. So these one do succeed, but I want to check this guy. I want to ensure that this one actually works. What kind of video streaming is that, Mashood? So the only one that is running, and I hope it works, but if it runs for too long, then I usually understand that it's not going to work at all. We'll see. Yeah, it's quite unlikely that this will pass, to be honest. But I do want to get this working and not keep it failing, to be honest. Otherwise, I'll just have to hard code this to localhost something. But the CI, what does this? Okay, now I want to check. So playwright configuration is this one. It gets this environment variable. It then defines a config, gets this E2E preset, uses the base URL, localhost 3000, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Okay, that makes sense. So this base URL is either set to localhost 4200 or the NX base URL that we provide. Your local dev server for starting the test. Okay. And this one, if it's not CI, okay, if true, this will reuse existing server on the port or URL when available. If no server is running on the port, it will run the command to start a new server. If false, it will throw if an existing process is listening on the port or URL. This should be commonly set to allow the local dev server when running tests locally. Okay, interesting. Let's see. Yeah, as I said, this would fail, but I do want to now see the environment. So we got NX, blah, 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 workspace root, home, cache failures. I still don't see the base URL in this environment. Okay, I want to check this command now. Where is this defined? Playwright test. E2ECI. Okay, let's see. In the project JSON, there should be something that talks about this. Let's see, target. To see all targets, run NX show project demo E2E web. So here we have E2E, E2ECI, and then it says lint. Okay. Record video streaming. What are you trying to say? I don't really understand what you're saying. Okay, so we have this nice little test here. If I go here, I want to see the, so E2ECI, this depends on build, which makes sense. Configuration CI/CD true. I'm super confused right now. Let's see. I want to check now. Annex, playwright, GitHub actions. Okay, I can also use the process.env.ci because that's available. That is a good option, I think. I think we could use that, but I also want to see the env variables. Aha, okay. Okay, understood. Okay, but let's okay. So I know how to fix it now. So in this case, we can say, and just to confirm, before we go there, we need to look into our failed task. So in here, we do have the variable CI set to true. So CI is true, right? So here we can check if we have, let's go with this. So let, not get, but let. So we first go with process.en, or we can check something like this. So we have process.env base URL. If not, base URL. If it's not provided, and we have process.env.ci, then we use something special, and that's we are going to set it. But else we are going to just say base URL equals, and then paste it. Okay, and this means I can also go ahead and copy this, and then here I can say base URL equals, and then paste this, right? And let's do it like this. So now that I've done it, I can also console log base URL here, and I think we should be good. Yeah, and I also want to just say types dot d dot ts, and here I can say export, or declare const process, and here we can say env ci, and then a string or null, something like this. And this should be now string and null automatically. Good. So let's save this guy. We also have annex base URL. I'm just wondering if other things would crash because of this, but I don't think so. And I want the annex base URL? I don't think so. Did we say base URL instead? So let's keep base URL. And here we can say base URL string null. right? So if we have base URL, we access it. And here we can also say base URL, something like this. All right, let's try this out now. So git add, commit, m, and here we can give a message, but let's see if I'm missing anything. In the CI, we have to remove the envs as well. So from here and then from here as well. Runs, uses, run. Okay, I think we're good. Commit m fix CI fix base URL or hardcode base URL in playwright config. So we're going to push now and hope that things work out just fine for us. So actions, there should be a new one running. And this should potentially fix our issue. In the meantime, I'm also going to start writing some README. So we have a better README, so to say. So here what we can do is, I'm going to just working how I will stream videos from the backend. Aha, okay, interesting. What is the technical stack that you're using for your backend? Is it JavaScript based or what do you use? I'm going to create a folder here, not in GitHub actually, but outside. Let's call it assets. And inside here, we could have just this image. This should be inside assets. And here we have banner. So what we can do is we can go and open the README, and we can also do Ctrl+Shift+P, open preview to the side. And now we can do it like this. Angular, Gemini, components, workspace. And here we can add an example like a collection of Angular apps and libraries using the Gemini API, right? Then what we can do is, instead of this a tag, we can use or actually we can just use the image right here. So I can do something like a banner, not like this, but like banner. And here we can say assets banner.png. Cool. And let's have a look at the CI in the meantime as well. So we are going to run this. And if I go, is this the latest one? Yes, it is. So if I go to the cloud one, let's see. Well, this is still taking a lot of time. So we will see if this ends up working or not. Okay, so then what we can do is, here we can say setup. Here we can say create, to get started, create a file named env.env inside apps, inside the app/demo app folder. Is it going to work? Is it going to work? Do we think it's going to work? I think this should work. I think I'm pretty hopeful. Unless I've completely written the what do you call it, the logic completely wrong or reversed. So if I see here, if we have no base URL from here, right, and we have CI set to true. Oh, no. Oh, but yeah. But this can also be false as a string as well, right? But that can also be false as well. Hmm. And the false and true are just strings. Process.env.ci, right? Or is it not? No, I think it's a it's probably not string. It's actually probably just a just true and false. If we have a look at the failed ones, right? This one, and if we look at no, the CI here says true, but then all of them, maybe it's showing it as the stringified version of it, or it just has it like this, which is interesting. So this has been 3 minutes 29 seconds. This one failed after 4 minutes 51 seconds. So it ran for like 5 minutes and then it failed. So we'll let this run 5 minutes and we'll see how this goes. Mashud says for this task, I'm gonna do it like this. So Mashud says for this task, I'm using Node.js. Have you suggestion or for me where I have to look for this topic in detail? I would say just Google. When you get stuck into something very, very specific, just do a quick Google and you'll hopefully get the answers that you're looking for. That's probably the best tip I can give you. So let's get rid of this guy. Let's close this guy. Close it. Okay, so let's draw this like this. Maybe bring the browser here. There we go. So give me 1 second. And there we go. Yeah, so what we're looking at now, 4 minutes 44 seconds. So almost the moment of truth. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so setup to get started, create a file name env inside blah blah blah. Then add the following to it. And here we can say bash, and let's create some env variables. And I think it was in the app.config.ts. So we have this variable ng Gemini API key. So we do something like ng gc Gemini key, which you can see right here. And then we can give, say, your API, your Gemini key, right? And we can also say get your API key from here. And then that should be good enough, I think. And here we can say note, you can get your API key from AI Studio, Google AI Studio. So we do it like this. And if I can only find the keys, there we go. Okay. Did it fail? It failed again. No, why did it fail this time? I think because now it can't really access the app itself. So here now you can see the base URL is here and it's trying to run the test, but I think this needs to deploy, and now we are in a paradox. So we want to run the CI/CD, but we also want to check the other. So let's do it this way. We have 3 things that we can do. It's not the best way, I would say, but for now I'm gonna live with it. So we want to have a couple of things. We have jobs in which we have steps, and this step runs the CI and does it in parallel, right? What I want to do is I want to have one more job, but that is specifically after the deploy. So I can go here and I can do something like E2E here, and this could be E2E. Then stop agents after E2E CI. And here I can just run this E2E parallel 1, and I want to go and run this guy without E2E CI. And I also want to say this is gonna stop it after build. Is this a chatbot? Not really. It's a sentiment analysis component, which analyzes the text that you're writing in a chat, and then it just analyzes if that, or what kind of sentiment the text has. Is it toxic? Is it happy? Is it sad? So stuff like that. So git commit. What is this? Don't want this. Delete file. Okay, so this one fix CI. We can say distribute CI tasks, took out E2E CI, and put after deploy, right? I think we can also do something like depends on as well. I think that one task depends on the other one. Runs on, so here we can say something like GitHub actions job depends on. Using jobs in a workflow, I want to say depends. Yeah, here. So here we can say needs job 1 and job 2. So job 1, job 2 needs job 1, and job 3 needs job 1, job 2. So I will try to say E2E essentially requires me to have deploy done. So I can do this. Oh, let me write it. So here it should say needs, and here we can say deploy. Now this is good. And then we can add this, and then here put after deploy. So now I think we can push it using Gemini. Exactly. So if I show you the demo of it, npx nxserve demo app. Yeah, so this is how it looks. So for example, I could say, did you get hit on the head as a kid? And if I do this, it's going to start analyzing this and then will give us the response. And this is coming from Gemini. If I inspect it, you will be able to see the API calls as well. For example, if I do another question mark, there goes our Gemini 1.5 Flash request, which is the currently selected model. And it returns back essentially a JavaScript object as a response, or it returns a JSON. We convert it to JavaScript object, and then it gives us the category and the sentiment, the emoji. And this is also, you can also change this. For example, these were the best samosas ever. So it's going to analyze it and then would say happy. This is a different kind of happy. If I say this is the best day ever, you're going to see a different sort of happy. Depending on the text, Gemini is also able to give us the sentiment or the emoji that's more relevant with it. So here I can also say, for example, I passed the exams. Now this is, I think This is so nice. For example, I was hoping to get a different one. You should probably have a cup of tea. What does this look like? Like it's a suggestion, right? As you can see. So this is what I was trying to get, a slightly smile emoji, and this is some text that will give you it, right? Abdul Rahman Ujjan, wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. So this is what I've built basically, and I can clip this. And you can also choose the model. So if I go to Gemini 1.5 Pro, you will also see that in the network tab, these were all Flash, but these one, the last one, it actually got from Pro. Now Pro thinks this is neutral. With me, is it neutral still? It's positive. If I change this to Flash, do I get something different? The same. So it's because both of the models are quite the same, not technically exactly the same. There are some differences, both in terms of what the capabilities are and then also when to use them. It's still pretty close in this particular case. So this is the app that I'm working with, and what I want to do is to be able to deploy this really soon. So I hope I am able to do it during this live stream. Did I push my code already? No? Did I even I did push, right? Yeah. So where's my task? Okay, so now we have main deploy E2E and the deploy failed. So main passed. Yay! Zaid wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. आप बताइए आपकी क्या हाल है? Setup pages failed. Pages verify the repository as pages enabled configured. So we don't have the pages set up yet. So we need to go to pages. We need to say this is going to be from GitHub Actions. And that's pretty much it. Now we can rerun those and see if that makes it work. So we can go and say rerun jobs, rerun failed jobs. So deploy an E2E and we can rerun and see how this goes. So I'm hoping that this now works fine and we have a possibility of looking at a demo, hopefully. By the way, if you really want to see how I built it, I already released a YouTube video about this one, which is this. And this covers entirely how I built this whole app and how I built the library as well. So I'm going to share the link in the chat as well. You can have a look there. And there you see the link. And I published this, I think, an hour or two ago. Okay, so the deployment seems to be good. And now it's going to run the E2E. I'm hoping that it's able to run it because now it should be deployed, I assume at least, but we'll see. So my idea was of this CI setup is you run the tests, you deploy it, and then you run the E2E tests. Now we don't have a way to roll back yet. If the E2E tests fail, then we still would have deployed everything, which is not the best. But I nobody's paying me to work on this, so I'm not going to put too much effort on this one for now. Okay, so we got this now. And I have the E2E running as well. Hopefully they run just fine, I'm assuming. So demo app, NGGC build, and not started demo E2E. So we'll look into that. Okay. Now that we have this, I want to check out the deployment of it. So we go to code, we add settings, and then we can use GitHub Pages website. Here we can say NX, Gemini, Google, or Google, Gemini Pro, Gemini API, Gemini Flash, Angular. I think that's good enough. So let's save changes. Let's try this out. Would this work? Hey, look at this. The app is working. Hey. I use Gemini Flash in my project. It's just the chatbot I built this in Laravel. Okay, awesome. So if you look at this, when we are running this on GitHub Actions, it doesn't really use my env variable or my Gemini API key. But you can try this demo right now. I'm gonna change the battery of my camera. But you can try this demo right now. And all you need to do there is just to put your Gemini API key. And yeah, you can try this out because yeah, obviously I don't want to put my Gemini API key publicly there. But when you try to use this and when you put this value here, your API key is not used by anyone. So I don't use it. Nobody else uses it. And the code is open source, so you can see what this does. So if I show you in the apps, and I was able to do it pretty nicely with the dependency injection. So if I go to the app, I think it's app.config.ts. Yeah, so here you can see we have this provider, the API config. And when you use the API config essentially, and there's no Gemini key, you can just, it just prompts you, it uses or it gets your API key. And then if you don't provide an API key, it just reloads the app again. If you do provide the API key, it then assigns that or uses that. But apart from this, we don't really save the API key anywhere. For example, if I refresh now or cancel now, it's just going to keep reloading. And you can obviously close this. But if I go here, you need to provide an API key. So I'm going to add my API key still, and I'm going to copy from AI Studio. So when you go to AI Studio, you can click create API key, and here you can then just go ahead and pick it from one of your projects. So for example, I could copy this one, right? But give me 1 second. So I'm going to copy this, copy from here. And there you see my API. Now I can revoke this, create a new one, create an API key, choose the project and add it. Now copy this one. And now that I've copied this, I can actually paste it right here. So if I refresh now, here is where I'm going to paste it. So I'm going to blur this out. If I paste this here, now I can click OK. And now the app would not ask me about it until I refresh the page. So if I refresh the page, it's gone. And that is the idea, because I don't really want to save the API key anywhere, not even local storage. So yeah, we don't have it. But since I've pasted my API key now, and I'm going to share the link in the chat now, you should be able to see the link to the live app right here. But if I do something, if I type something here, it should give me an answer. For example, what is the meaning of life? And now it's trying to access the Gemini API key. I'm hoping it works, but if it doesn't, then we have a problem. Aha, the API key expired. Interesting. Interesting. Am I using the old one? Let me see. I need to see if I'm using the old API key. So if I copy this guy, which is off today, I can try to go to my app, refresh it, use the new API, and hopefully this works. What is the meaning of life? Does it still throw error? Interesting. Why does it say API key invalid? That's not good. Let me see. Where is it storing? It doesn't store anywhere. It just stores in memory. So it just stores it in the Angular application itself. I do want to see what kind of API call. Why not local storage? Because I don't want users to have their API stored in local storage. Just something I don't really prefer. This is sad. I do want to see. Now I get it. I think it was probably because of caching. Okay, anyways, now here you can see this is sad, this is great, and this is coming from the live app. So this is positive. I can change this to pro. Now it's trying to do the same with the pro one. So positive. This is greatly sad. What does it say? Let's see. Sad. Okay. I am so sad that it makes me happy. Let's try to confuse Gemini. What does it say now? It's giving a 400. API key expired. This API key is working or was working just fine. Why does it give errors now? So you can see now it works, right? But it sometimes gives this error, which is a bit weird. Yeah, now it's now Gemini is also confused and the result is also confused. Interesting. Cool. So here you see it working. Good. So I'm gonna I've already shared the link. So what I can do now is check or add this in the README so we can have others trying it out as well. And here we can also say demo. Demo is this. You will be asked about your Gemini API key, but don't worry. It won't be stored or seen by anyone. Okay, now for the setup, or here we can say using this code repository. So here to get started, or here we can say to get started, clone the repository, run npm install from the root of this workspace. And then create a file named env folder inside the folder. Then add the following to it. So here we have this. And here we can also say using this code repository locally. So then we can do it just like this. And then we can say why the error is on console. Why is the error console? So when you have an API error, usually it's logged on console by default. And why is it? I'm not really sure. Sometimes it gives it, sometimes it doesn't. So it's really hard to say. I'm gonna have to copy my my API key again. Wait a second. So I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna go to my app, paste it here, and then we have the filter. So if I go here and say, well, this was nice, it still says, please renew the API key. And I've just renewed it. What if I say pro and I say really nice? It also got the sentiment. That's weird. Now it got it, right? What is happening? So it gives an error and then it tries, on the next try, it tries to return result. Or sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Why does it do it? Give me 1 second so I can inspect, and I don't want to check the API key at this moment. So it gives us the options call gives us 200. That makes sense. Then we have the API call. Okay, I want to see the ones that got me the answer. Are you getting the same error from Gemini? that means that their server is doing something wrong, because I wasn't facing the same thing before. Okay, so that means their server is probably crashing or something. Gemini server, are you crashing? Okay, don't be angry. Okay, so that means it works. We don't have to worry about this. But I want to test why the actions have failed again. Let's have a look at this. So this one, for me, it works with the same key. So it works sometimes, it doesn't work sometimes. It's a bit weird. Why was this cancelled? Why was this cancelled? Annex affected parallel. Why was this cancelled? I have no clue. What happened here? Sorry, what happened here? So we have this guy in progress 18 minutes ago. This one is still in progress. What? Aha, it could be because of the okay. But then I don't really want to have Okay, I've decided to just get rid of E2E for now, because I don't have good E2E tests yet, but I do want to have one more thing. Let's first fix the README and then we'll take it from there. So we talked about this, then we have finished your CI setup. We don't want this. Run the demo app. For the demo app, use nxserve demo app to create a production bundle, blah, blah, blah. Then we have install nx console, and then we can remove all of this, right? Okay, so now that we have mentioned this, I think we can also add in the app component, and I want to run this locally as well now. So npx nx serve demo app. What I want to do here is in the HTML, I want to add just in the form h2 text or class text to Excel. Here I want to say Angular Gemini sentiment analyzer. So I want to do this. I'm gonna go and open this localhost 4200, and here it looks like this: Angular Gemini demo app, Angular Gemini sentiment analyzer. I want to say Gemini. Here I want to say MB4, so we have some sort of margin between these two. Maybe make it text center, so we have it like this. And I don't want to have this. Maybe text Excel is good enough. Good. I think I like it. And then I can say type something to analyze the sentiment of the text. Right? And here we have just this. Okay, I think one more thing that we can also do is just add the the GitHub link as well. So here, if we wanted to have a GitHub SVG, is it an SVG? No. Is it more complicated than being an SVG? I hope not. So if I extract it to this, there we have it. GitHub mark, and we have PNG. We have GitHub mark. So let's. We may want to use white, I think, and then we can put this inside demo app source and Shouldn't there be some assets folder that we should? No, we should have it in public. So we have it here, and then we can have assets, and we have the assets right here, and here we can add this right here. So in the header where we have this, we can make this flex items center, and I'm gonna close this center, and then we have justify between, and then here we can add whoops, and then here we can add something like image source, and here we can say assets. The link that you have shared, Mashood, says Places API, Google Places API. Is this the same as? Yeah, I think the API key would be probably the same. Okay. I'm not really sure, to be honest. But for height 4 and alt should be GitHub logo. But I want to also wrap this up inside an A tag and not inside a 1 tag. What A tag? A tag. And here I should be saying this. And what I want to do here is href, and then I want to paste the link of my project, which is this guy. Here. Let's see how the app looks like now. So we have gotten the GitHub link here, right? And I want to have, I don't know what button does. What sort of padding does it apply? So padding left 1 rem and right 1 rem. Okay. I want to see what this one does. So px 1 rem is this one, right? So px4. There we go. Now this looks nice. So I can click this, and this takes me to the GitHub repository. Nice. But I also want to have this as an external text. So we can say target blank and rel no referrer no opener. Okay, now this should open a new tab. Good. I think I like it. I don't think I have anything else to update. I do want to see if this worked at all. Aha, okay. Okay, I got it, Mashud. Good, good, good. That makes sense. I am not sure why this one failed or got cancelled even. Right? Should I be able to even rerun this? If I want to run this again, how do I run it? So this one is cancelled, right? Why was this cancelled? I have no clue. So let's do it like this. Now that I have this, I want to get rid of the parallel one. The rest looks good to me. So I'm gonna add all of this. So readme, changes in the readme are here. We can also maybe do one more thing, and that is if I go to my YouTube, I can actually copy the link. And here maybe we can do something like this. So we have the demo is here. Sentiment analysis component, which has, and then here we have YouTube video. And if we open this to the side, yeah, we see the links. Good. So we can now add all of this and do a git add, git commit, chore readme, update readme, updated readme to be more clear. We also added GitHub link in the header. We also did something else as well, right? Added heading on the homepage. So let's push it. And now I should be able to see this in at least in here. So we got, so here we have the banner, we have sentiment analysis component, which is this demo right here. This actually is a bit annoying when we do cancel, right? I think we could make it a bit better, but let's see. Let's see. I don't know what's happening with this one. Can I stop it? Thank you. Maybe that's why the other one got cancelled as well. This could also be the case. So this one is gonna run this guy. And then we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna close this guy. Close. Close. If I refresh the app, I'm not really sure. Can we do something like, I don't know. If we do cancel, it just reloads it. Maybe we could do something better. We could say, I don't know, because if it crashes, then we have a problem. Then it just throws the error in that case. I'm thinking, should I even look at that, or should I say, if you don't provide it, then yeah, then we don't really, then we don't have an API key in that case. If we do this, let's see what happens. But then I would have to remove my, my local API key would be failing as well. But we can have a look. One thing at a time. So let's have a look at this here. Ooh, look at that. That succeeded. But that was just the lint part, right? I think there is still one that is the E to E part. Route to an error page, we could do that as well. We could do that. Yeah. So the actions that we have right now, so we have the deploy done. The only thing that's remaining is the E to E. Let's see if this one goes fine. And we can have an error page that says, yeah, you need to provide an API key. So now this one says what? No additional tasks detected. Is it because of the affected one? Or can I just run? Maybe I should be just running. Okay, if I run npx nx run e2eci boot, so here should we say demo app e2eci, make it easier? No. Is it like this? No. What? We do have e2eci, right? Where does the e2eci come from? Isn't it? I think it's defined in the nx JSON. ci. Is it more nx e2eci target demo app? Am I writing something really stupid? If I do run e2eci, help. If I do demo app and then e2eci, then it should work. But then it says cannot find target e2eci for the project. If I do e2e, I understand now. It's actually not this, but it's demo app e2e and then e2eci. Yeah, that's the one. So then I can just run this. And then I can go to Git or YAML. And then I can run it right here. Copy, paste, paste. And then we have okay, should be fine, I think. Fix CI run demo app e2e push. Let's see. And in the meantime, we can also look into the env thingy. So if I go to env and I remove my API key, then I can go and run my app. npm serve demo app. While this is running the GitHub actions, we can quickly check, or we can quickly do the error thingy if we, yeah, if it works. We could route to another page. We can also, I don't know, the app component itself should not do anything, but we can quickly see what happens when we don't try to provide it, and then we'll take it from there. So if I refresh my app now, it's going to ask for it. If I do cancel, it keeps refreshing the app. So let's see what happens if I don't do it. So config.ts, if I don't do this, we just return. So if I refresh, cancel, you can see that there is no error, but on console, we do see Gemini API key not provided, right? What we could do in our app component to make it a bit nicer to the users is we can check the API key here and then render based on it. So we can say config inject ng gc API config, right? Hey Navrong, how's it going? And thank you for the message, because then I fixed it. So what I was trying to do, what I didn't show is in API key, I had this window.reload. Now I have removed it. So it doesn't really do reload. So if I cancel it, we now see this error. So the user won't see anything. So if I provide my API key, this is good. If I do cancel, then it doesn't show anything. But I want to show something based on it. So since we are using this Gemini API key from the process env, I can actually see from the config if that's the case. What are you working on currently? I'm working on this sentiment analysis application using Gemini or Google Gemini. And the idea here is to be able to choose one of the Gemini models and then to do something with it. So what I want to do is, in the case where we don't have, for example, if I open this guy right now, this is what's deployed right now. If I cancel it, it keeps reloading this. I think this can be pretty annoying. So instead of this, we're just going to show a message and say, hey, please provide an API key, something like that. So what I want to do here is I can say if config dot, and we had API key. If we do have API key, then we render this guy, right? And if we don't, then we, if we don't, then we don't. So let's do this, and here we can say else, exe, else, and then here we can basically say like a heading 3, class text lg, please reload or reload the page and provide the Gemini API key. So the suggestion that you gave, Mashood, was really nice, I think. But I think just adding one more route to this application, I think it's a bit too much. So that's why I'm trying to avoid it. But yeah, let's try to see. So here, if I refresh now, do a cancel. Does it do what we are expecting it to do? No. Did I save everything? I think yes. Oh no, it's causing some error. So maybe when we copy pasted, we ended up creating a form closing tag like this. I hate when this happens. I don't know why it does it, but it does it because of the Vim, the Vim bindings for VS Code. So anyways, now you can see here, if I do cancel, please reload the page and provide the Gemini API key. So let's also make this a text center as well. So I'm going to add the class text lg and text center to this. So refresh, cancel, refresh, cancel, refresh, cancel. Okay, I think it's good. Nabil Hassan, what? Why are you crying? What's so sad? And maybe we can actually make it even better. So if I cancel it and go to Daisy UI, maybe we can add an alert. So since we are already using Daisy UI, we might as well use it nicely. So alert. And maybe we can use an alert with a button. Yeah, here. So here, let's use this guy. Oh, it's a big HTML. We don't really. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Most of the times I don't. So here, let's move this guy. Let's also get this guy right here. I do want to use this right here. Move this guy around. Ooh, what happened? Did you create a new div here as always? And here we can say reload, and then we can basically use that to do a reload. Let's have a look at this. So here, please reload the page and provide the Gemini API key. Does it look good? यार राउट का सजेशन मैंने दिया था. मशहूद कौन है? अच्छा नबील, sorry, I'm sorry. I got mixed between there is one guy up there, Mashhud. Yeah. But route was also better, but I think then the user has to come back, reload again. So I think a better way is just to show this button. And we can then also, maybe we can also show this an alert, but alert danger, error actually, and cancel it, refresh this, cancel it. So we have this like this. But then I also want to, maybe we can, if you don't really know, we have these. Oh, do we have icons here? I don't think so. Icons? No. Icons? No. No. No icons? No. I really like hero icons. And maybe we can say alert. Not any one of these. Error. Exclamation circle is good. Maybe this one. I think I like this one. And what we can do in this case is, we have stroke info here, right? We can also just say stroke error, I think, which should make it better, but I can use another SVG. So if I refresh now, cancel, yeah, so this doesn't really show what like the error icon here, unfortunately. Maybe we could do something like, oh, it should be actually error content. Let's see, cancel. So here we go. Please reload the page and provide the Gemini API key. And when we click reload, we should just reload. So here we can say click reload app, and we can go into our components, reload app, and here we can say window dot location dot reload. Save this guy, come here again, cancel it, refresh, cancel, reload. There we go. Okay, I think this is much better. Yeah, I like it. I do want to see if all of my, ooh, this succeeded. Hey, let's go. So all the tests are passing. That's good. So our actions should be actually green now. Ooh, why is it red still? What happened? Process exited with error code 1. Ah, okay. There's a link. No additional task detail. And this cloud is not aware anymore. Done receiving the task. Aha, okay. So we do have to run stop agents after build. So start CI run, then we run all of these. Oh, okay. Then I think the problem is actually this, because when we start running this, oh, we do say here run. Okay, what is the name of the task that we just ran? So here, I think in our last one, we have the main, and I think this is what succeeded. If I look at the tasks here, annex agent tasks, it ran, this is the test one, but I want to see completed test bench, build demo, that's not the one. I think it, did it actually run our final ones or no? I don't think so. So runs here. So test build demo app run. Okay. Even though this says succeeded, I think the other ones failed. Maybe like this, you should aware the user about Gemini and key expire. That's a good one. Yeah, yeah, that could be one thing. Maybe we can add that in a later video or stream as well. But that's a good idea. Yeah, absolutely. Um, by default, a failure in one of the commands is going to terminate. Okay. I want to check this right here. So we have stop agents after. The name for the stop agents after should be the last target run within your pipeline. If not, nxcloud will end the CI pipeline execution, preventing the subsequent commands from running. When we run the E2E CI, this is what we want to do, right? And this is interesting. In this one, we say stop agents after, we say build. So we build, we do a parallel one. I think that is not required anymore. But when I come to this particular place, we run npx nxcloud start CI run, distribute on 3 Linux medium JS, stop agents after, and then we say E2E CI. We do use the E2E CI, but I think maybe the right one is this. I think. But I'm not 100% sure. I assume I know what I'm doing. What happened? Go back. Control O. No, Control O. So demo app E2E CI. I think this is what I want to do. Let's try to make this work and see if this works. And this also will deploy our new shiny alert as well. So we got app component. We got config set here, reload functionality, and then we also remove this. But then we should be just sending this. Now, one of the things that is not good is we're sending false here. We should just say null. And that would start to cry. I also want to check the Gemini service. So I want to check how am I checking this. So this.gemini config.api key. But this is assuming that we do get eventually API key. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. No, I don't really want to even check this. I can make this simple. Status, git add, git commit, and here we can say feed, demo app, add nice little alert. So added an error alert to notify user to reload the app and to provide the Gemini API key. We also updated the CI config to fix the last target run issue. Let's see if that fixes everything. Cricket Update says, Assalamu alaikum Ahsan bhai. I have been working with React for a while now. Now I also want to learn Angular. Should I learn the initial version of Angular first or jump to the newer one? You should always work with the latest one. But it would also depend on where you end up as a team. So for learning, I would say go with the most recent one. Try to learn what's new, how to create a new to-do application with the newest Angular. But it doesn't necessarily mean what you're going to learn is what you're going to use. So you might end up in a team which is using an older version of Angular, but that's okay. You can always learn. So the learning never stops. So, but it's always good to learn the latest Angular, because it's most likely that the team you're going to end up in uses a relatively modern solution, I'm assuming. if you go to an enterprise company or a big corporation, it is possible that you end up in a project that is really, really old Angular as well. That's quite possible as well, just so you know. I'm gonna clean my glasses now. But are you just working with React, or are you working with Next.js, or what are you folks working with? What kind of technology stack are you using? What are you using these days, Nabil? Did we also not have a um, split screen? I think there was one name split, like this one. I think I like this one, right? You like this one? I think this is a good one. It doesn't show your chat though. Maybe we could make it nicer by, I don't know, moving this guy a bit up, or like this, and then I don't know, might maybe add the chat somewhere. Where's the chat box? Here. Ooh, chat box. No, chat. You're using Next.js nowadays. Interesting. Interesting. And are you using it for your own passion projects, or are you using it for at your job? So are there users or production users for your applications with Next.js? Okay, I'm gonna let this dry a bit. So what's happening here? What happened? Demo app. Now the tests are failing. What? Are you kidding me? What did I do? Ah, okay. npx nx run. What did I do? What test am I failing now? I think I changed something, and that should not have been the case. See, something is failing now. It says no provider for injection token NA and GCC. Ah, okay, because of the app component. Of course, we added one more thing to the app component. That's why. So app component is now using this API config, which means we need to provide it. So we can go ahead and say something like spec.ts. Let's fix this guy. And here we should be able to add providers. We should be able to say provide ng API config, use value, and let me switch to this one. And why did the chat move? Ah, if I move the chat to, interesting. If I scale the chat in one place, it does it to the other one as well. That's not good. So the model is going to be empty, and the API key is going to be empty as well, but this will make the test pass. So let's see. There we go. Git status, git add, git commit, fix, demo app, or rather test, fix the demo app, test for app.component.ts, git push. Okay, so this is gonna run, and I think we should be good. And from the and I also want to make sure that we do have the particular link to code repository. That is correct. Yes, it is. Demo link should also be there, which should be right here. So we could click this guy, and there we go. And now this keeps reloading. So you can imagine, if so annoying to me, it is definitely going to be annoying for the user. Nabil Bhai says, well, 2 weeks into Vue and Quasar. Ooh, was working on mean MERN stack, mostly Angular guy. But I have to learn React Next.js. Tried Chat CD and UI, Tailwind CSS. We'll see. Daisy UI, it looks more cleaner than using only vanilla Tailwind CSS. Yeah, I always go towards Daisy UI because it doesn't bloat a lot of content into your application, and you really need to be using a specific CSS classes, just like Tailwind CSS. But it's really clean, and doesn't hurt as bad as Bootstrap, for example. So I like it. Yeah. And Chat CDN, I really like Chat CDN as well. What was the? I think Chat CDN is the one. Uh, or it's not Chat CDN. Is it Shad CDN? Or isn't it Shad CDN? Or yeah, that's the one. Or is there also one Chad that I don't know? I know about Chakra UI, but I've never used it. Do we have Chad? No, Chat CDN is the one. I couldn't find anything similar for Angular, but this one is really good for React. I like it. I really like it. Mm-mm-mm. Deploy, deploy, deploy. So the main is working, the test is passing. Yay. And I think once this is deployed, I want to see my task running, but I'm still a bit skeptical that the CI thing would pass. We'll see. So this should be deployed now. And if I try to go to the demo link from here, it should potentially show the alert in a few seconds maybe. So this is good. There we go. So now we see it automatically. Cancel, and we see it. Why does this fail? Why does the ooh? But shouldn't it take care of the base URL in this case? The head has the base href, right? So if I'm using we need to fix the image as well. Or we'll fix it in just a bit. Want to see if my NX Cloud Run thingy works. I've also stumbled upon asternity.com. Should I even open the link? Okay. Crafting high performance website with stunning design and speed. Ooh. What is this? Next.js, Node, Tailwind CSS, Motion. Motion is, I think, used for animations. Figma, Sanity. Interesting. They have built the site for Cursor. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Moonbeam, Rogue. Nice. Looks nice. I'm gonna have a look, definitely. Okay, let's have a look at the Cloud Run thingy. I hope it works this time. The builds are there. This one has not started yet. But I do want to fix the code in the meantime for the GitHub action. GitHub white svg white mark white. This should not be this. This should be good now. Git add, git commit. I think I'm gonna just run out of my NX Cloud runs tonight. So fix demo app, fix the link for the GitHub logo in header. Git push it. Do we think it's gonna run fine? I think. This says not started. Why is it not started yet? They also have a UI certainty. Interesting. So they're okay. Looks a lot. Looks a lot like just Tailwind CSS, but nice. Animated. Interesting. And they're nice. They're using all of the good names of the popular YouTubers. Nice. Loved by thousands of people. That's nice. Okay, I have now this as bookmarked in all bookmarks. Let's add that. Okay, let's close this guy. See this one, and I want to see if this another action is started. It is. Okay, so the E2E one is still not finished, and now I am concerned. Can you please start at least? The target is build. Then we have this guy. I think it should be, I don't know if it should be E2ECI or just this guy. I don't know. We'll see. Is my camera dead now? Yes, it is. That means we are live for about 2 hours now. Whew. Okay, I have no clue why this is not working yet, but I want to see this passing at least one of them. It has been running for 4 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. We can give them 4 minutes. Fix the link for, so this one has succeeded. Interesting. But this is the build process that is succeeded, right? And if I have a look at this again, 3 minutes ago, actions, both of them are running. Pass, E2E, pass. Now this is going to deploy it. And then we have the E2E in this case. How much time does it take? So when it ran the test build, it took about remote cache hit. The lint is cache miss. The build production is cache miss. Demo app has cache miss. Is it because really we have changed all of these, or? Yeah, I'm assuming so. Okay, now I'm really curious because I want either to see success or failure. But this is taking too long. Runs. Test build, base href, this. But I think from a deployment perspective, we should still be good. Has it deployed my latest changes? Has it fixed the, no, the deploy is still running. I think if we can just see this, yeah, the deployment working, then I think we are good. Then we can let the NX thingy run for years. Job cleanup. Does it automatically refresh it? Does it? No. Can I refresh now? Hey, let's go. So we have the link fixed. Good. At least this doesn't look stupid anymore. So we good. We good. But what about E2E? It says not started. Why? What does this not start? While the run is not, you may not see all scheduled tasks on terminal output. Okay. But they are not started by default. So it could be because we have run so many things. It could be because of that, I think, but I am not sure, and I'm not really sure why this one gives a green one. Why does it say succeeded? It's just the test build stuff. Okay, this one is on main. It's fix C. So and they all show just one. This is one commit. 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 Right. So this whole commit should have run another one. Fix the link for the GitHub logo and header. This one should have run. Okay, so at least one of them failed. That's probably, I mean, that's not good, but it's still good. Execution, this one failed. No, yeah, so this is what's confusing me. It says no additional tasks detected with it, blah blah blah. Okay, then I'm gonna try to do it how we did it for the even if we are running one single task, should do we have to say that it's just running one? Okay, stop. What was it called again? Stop agents after. Stop agents after. Incorrect example is this one. Build land test, and you say build, so that's not good. Correct example is after build and then len test build. It says npx cloud complete ci run. You run this to terminate all agents associated with the ci pipeline execution. Should I even run this? To be honest, I want to try something. I want to say, but I'm not really sure. If I run this job, right, but I don't say stop on build, I say stop after E2E. But then that wouldn't work out, I think. Yes. But then do I really need to run? I don't even need to install all of it, or do I? Do I even have to run the E2E in this case? E2E. Okay, look at this one. So this says checkout, action setup, cloud start run. This. Then it says node. It installs all of the things, but then it runs E2ECI. And here it says stop after E2ECI. Want to run the same thing. So let's see if I can do it like this. I want to do it like this. So target E2ECI, and then we just stop after E2ECI. Git add, git commit, and then we can say fix CI. Fix CI, replace the E2E CI command. Okay, let's see. Otherwise, I think in general, I'm happy. Okay, good. I was actually, however, assuming, cancel the run, that when we are running on NX Cloud, it should have been faster. Cancel this workflow. Oh, maybe it did not run because one was in progress. Could be. Could be. Let's see. So this one is in progress. That's fine. The main should be fairly good, because I would assume all of these to run like instantly, because we should have cached this on the cloud, and I don't think we have really changed anything in the code. Well, let's see. I'm gonna check my phone as well. By the way, if you don't know, I'm speaking tomorrow at Angular Macedonia at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Sweden time. That is 9 p.m. Pakistan time, I think. Yes. So if you have, if you want to join, you can definitely do that. You can find the post on LinkedIn. I posted it there. I should drink some water. Wait, I had a biscuit as well that I forgot to eat. That's not good. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. All right, moment of truth. E to E. I'm very hopeful this time. One of the things that I also was thinking was to publish the library. I think I should probably do that. I want to see if there are any. Okay, good. Has it failed again? No. NX command not found. No. NPX. No. No, please. NPX. Ah. You know what I'm gonna do now? Something that you shouldn't do on live stream. Git add, git commit, amend. Ui. Why is it what? Why is it opening? Why is it opening nano? What's wrong with you? No. I'm gonna kill the process. There we go. Add git commit amend. What? Why do I have? Why do I not have Vim? Mm, yeah. Why did it ask me for nano? Okay, things are getting super weird. Anyways, I'm gonna do this, and then also I want to also publish, but we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. If you try to say no, if you try to say publish package, yeah, we do have the Angular package right here, right? Let's see something. So if I do npx nx build ng gc, let's see what happens. So this is indeed deploying this or pushing this, and then this goes here. We do have a package JSON here, do have a version here. I think this should be good. Let's see. I'm also super interested in trying out and publishing the library and then using it in external Angular application. But we will see when the time comes for that. We'll see when that happens. In the meantime, I can also share the LinkedIn chat. As Nabil by commenting call. What was the link? Yeah, here. So I can also share this link in the chat as well. Copy link to post. There we go. So hopefully I will be speaking at this one. But there was also I had the one for tomorrow as well. And that was this one. Angular testing strategies in modern web development. That's going to be interesting. I'm not really sure whose talk is first, to be honest, but it's gonna be interesting. By 6 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, so the deploy should be good in a few seconds as well. I'm also going to note how much time it takes this time. I should probably wear my glasses as well. Okay, good. Okay, I think what I'll do is I'll sign off. I will probably just sign off right after this is tested, or if we've gotten an error, so to say. But all the code has been pushed, so we should actually be good, I think. Yeah, and if it doesn't work this time, then I'm gonna look at it later. But if it works, I think we should be good. We'll see. And this is the overview. Let's see. 4 minutes ago. this was affected test and build. So this one, yeah, the main one worked. Sorry, this one got deployed as well, and now it's just about the E2E, the tough one, so to say. So this should start another CI command for us 5 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. And now it's installing the packages. And I want to see, is the CI started right here already? Where is the CI task? It's not here yet. I think when it runs, it should run here. Unable to complete a run. Is it because I'm running the same thing twice? Do you think that's the case? So here it says unable to find a successful workflow on origin main on latest successful workflow connected to a commit we no longer. Okay, if that branch was rebased. You instead make this a hard error by setting error on the workflow, run echo base SHA, which is this one, head SHA is this one. I think the reason for this, to be honest, is because we are running two NX runs in one single in one single commit. I think that might be the case. But as I said, if this failed, I would stop. So if I continue, I think I'm gonna be here all night. So I'm gonna skip it. But thank you so much, whoever joined, and I'll see you later. I'll drink more water. So remember to say hydrated, and remember to Google as always. Happy coding. I'm gonna see you next time.